Howdy from Arlington, Texas, y'all. Hope this video finds you well. It is Wednesday. It looks like my camera's a little off. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. Oh well. It is what it is. All right, so if you watched Herman and I on his channel, the weekly stream, Monday 3B collection, if you haven't been watching, go follow him or subscribe to him. And come join us in the chat. We go live most Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern and just chat for about an hour. Hobby topics, not necessarily like the news of the week, just whatever we decide to talk about. Oh, hey, he's a little sideways. All right. So if you saw us Monday, nothing new here to you. I'm going to do the Dallas Card Show recap from this weekend. Hopefully you'll still watch, but I know not all of you do, so I figured I'd go ahead and do one. So it looks like what we're doing for the foreseeable future, Dallas Card Show every other month, the big show in Allen that everyone knows about. But for foreseeable future, on the off months, it looks like it's going to be here in Arlington. It's only like 10, 15 minutes away from me, so it is perfect and kind of counterbalances the fact that I got to make at least an hour drive to Allen for the big Dallas Card Show. So anyway, still called Dallas Card Show. It was a 2-day show, Saturday, Sunday, at the Arlington Convention Center, Expo Center, Esports Center. I don't know what the hell it's being called this week, but it is what it is. So my wife and I, we go with just one car because I work from home. So she dropped me off, which was save some money because it was $10 to park there. And the show admission was $5, just in case you are interested in going. The good news, I did not see a lot of Pelican cases, but the biggest annoyance for me was strollers. I got hit by strollers 2 or 3 times. It seemed like there were strollers everywhere. They would be next to somebody looking and blocking half of the damn table. Come on, people. Figure it out. Do something else. Don't be bringing your strollers into something like that. It was well attended. I actually was in line to get into the show for about 10 minutes, which was probably my only other gripe. Seriously, it's $5 entrance. Why the hell are you paying on a debit card or a credit card? Bring some fucking cash. It's a damn card show. Are you going to be buying $10 purchases and PayPaling every guy that you spend $20 with? Come on, man. Don't be an idiot. It was super busy early on. I was really impressed by how busy it was. It started at 10 on Saturday. That's the day I was there. I finally got in around 10:45, and the place was hopping. It was way more than I expected, but you know what? He's got the following now. Kyle does for the Dallas show, so people are already following him everywhere on social media. So it's not like he's starting a new show from scratch. I did obviously met with my friends from ComC, hung out with them a little bit, Steph and Angela, and then Uncle Rich, and also ran into Brad, Texas Card Dude from YouTube. You may know him, you may love him, you may not know him, but you still love him. And also, I didn't even notice him because I was working on selling my F1 Chrome Sapphire box, but James from Elite Hunters said hello. We were like right next to each other, and I was just so focused on what I was doing that I didn't even notice he was there, but it was great to chat with him for just a couple of minutes. And he had a couple friends with him that apparently are new to the hobby. So hobby's still starting new. All right, we're 4 minutes in. I haven't shown a dang card yet. Going to save the best for last. Going to go in order of what I did or what I purchased. So I did sell my Chrome Sapphire F1 box that I've had, since it came out. And then I was able to sell some other stuff too, and walked out of the show with a lot more money than I went in with. But I was not the F1 Chrome box, but all the other stuff I sold pretty much paid for everything I got here. So the first table I stopped at, they had these cards they were $2.50 a piece, or you could get 2 for $20. So I picked up some 1987. Let's get that off of there. There we go. Might actually be better with it. All right. I don't know. 1987 WWE. These are tough to come by in pretty good shape a lot of the times just because they are blue borders, but these were in fantastic shape. So I picked up Demolition. And even though it says 6 on this one, it ended up being $2 when I bought everything. So we got one of the Hulk Hogan cards. It's not the main Hogan card, but it's definitely the one I picked up that he's most prominent in, or at least it's the biggest picture of him. The giant Hogan slamming the Giant. The Giant is slammed. Picked up the Islanders Attack because one of those is Haku or Ming, depending on what you watched back in the day. And he is one of my favorites. Dude is a legitimate badass. Some of the stories on the podcast of things he did, he bit some dude's ear off. Hooking the leg, so that's a Hogan, pinning King Kong Bundy there. Showing off, this is the Hart Foundation, Jim the Anvil Neidhart is right here. And then you got Bret Hart right there, front and center. Another one, two-man clothesline. So you got Jim Neidhart and Bret Hart. So he had some other ones in that area that would have been $2 when I bought 10, but they were all super common ones that I just wasn't interested in. So they had some of these. I'm not into comics. I never really read comics, but these were super popular amongst the 5th grade boys at First Ward Elementary when they came out. So for nostalgia alone, I picked 3 of these up from the 1990 Impel Marvel. I believe it's 1990. And then I think 1991 was the second series. But nobody was interested in those, at least in my class. So I picked up the Spider-Man. I picked up the Wolverine and the Punisher. The one I was hoping that I remember being so hot then was Ghost Rider. I believe he was new to the collecting or to the comic scene at the time. Might have to go find me a Ghost Rider just to throw with those for nostalgia's sake. So anyway, all those $20. This purchase here, $20. $10 for Chris Jericho relic. It is a event used jersey. We're not focusing here, but this is from 2001 Fleer. I feel like these are a little tougher to come by, the older ones, so I wasn't sitting there and I wasn't going to try to beat him down or anything on that. So he had 10 on that. And then he had 10 on this Kevin Owens dual relic. Owens is one of my favorite current, even though I'm not that into WWE. It just can't keep my interest. I do love me some Kevin Owens. He's a bigger dude. He always wears a T-shirt. I don't think I've ever seen him without a shirt on. It might have happened a few times. So as you can see, those were $10 each. So I also picked up this Becky Lynch because everybody seems to love Becky Lynch other than me. This is from the latest Heritage set, numbered out of 99. Not focusing there very well, but numbered out of 99. So I figured I'll throw that in my eBay store at some point or hold on to it for when I do set up at shows. So anyway, 10, 10, 5. As Mike, baseball collector, has burned into my head lately. Never pay sticker price, so I did not. And I asked if he would take 20. He did. Boom. Third purchase of the day. This is a card. So a few months ago, my buddy Gary, he's Elbow Sausage on here. We went to a card show up in, I think, Irving area. And he was making a lot of trades. And one of the guys he traded with, I was looking at the table next to him and looking at him, and he had a stack of these. Well, he only had 2 left, but I went ahead and picked them both up. I've never had the 89 score supplemental Bo Jackson black and white. I've got a handful of the baseball ones. I've even got the one that I've had since I was a kid, but never had this one. Felt like it was one I needed to add. He had 2, one's off center one way, one's off center the other way. Neither was much better than the other. So I just said, what the hell? I'll just take both of them. So I ended up picking those up off of him. And this is about the only Bo Jackson, like rookie 86, 87 baseball I think that I don't have. If he's in that opening day, I need it. I don't have it. But anyway, he didn't even have a price on this. So I asked him if he'd take $30 for the 3. He did. This one slightly off center. It looks like this side's just a little bit bigger, and it looks like the bottom's a little bit bigger, but who cares? Like I said, thanks, Mike. You've got me now where I'm making offers and not just paying what they're asking. So I got all 3 of these for $30. Very happy with that. This was a very small purchase. Some NASCAR. There wasn't a whole lot of NASCAR there, but some Jimmy Johnson, Opticalo, just picked that up because now that he's in IndyCar and running the Indy 500 this year, kind of go with that part of my collection. These were all 50 cents a piece, so I got 8 of them. It was $4. I didn't get asked for a package deal there because I was only spending $4. Haley Deegan, don't really care about her at all, but for 50 cents, I knew it was a smart pickup. I'll probably just throw it in the box or on eBay. Ryan Blaney, Opticalo. Just can't seem to get into modern NASCAR. I like the old stuff, but his dad, if I remember correctly, his dad is Dale Blaney, who he played basketball at WVU, and actually apparently was probably going to make the Lakers, but decided he wanted to be a dirt track driver and did that. And his uncle Dave was a longtime driver in the NASCAR Cup Series. Maybe I have the dad and the uncle backwards. I can't remember it. Obviously, I don't seem to care enough to look. This I just picked up because I like the Panini sponsorship on there. I'm fascinated by sponsorships, especially when you go back to the 80s, 90s stuff, and you see companies that aren't even around anymore. Not saying anything about Panini not being around, but I just thought it was cool because of the Panini and the trading card collection. Another Ryan Blaney, some kind of stained glass. A couple more Jimmy Johnsons, just for, like I said, just because he's doing IndyCar now. I have a little bit of a love for him. I also was a big fan of this one because it reminds me of the 85 Donruss Jumbos. I think Jumbo All-Stars is what they were called, with the because it's got the little squares on the border. Reminds me of those. Maybe I'm wrong on the year, the name. So I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. Then I picked up the Austin Cindric. His dad is Tim Cindric, who is big at Penske Racing and IndyCar, but Austin has made it over to, he's decided to go the NASCAR route. This one was numbered out of 199. Focus. Out of hell. Numbered out of 199. So Brad, Texas car dude, I mentioned him earlier. He was sitting there looking through a $5 box, and he's like, hey, here's a Derek Jeter Upper Deck rookie. No, that's great. I have one. I don't really care about Jeter. I think he's overrated. He's a Hall of Famer, good player, but he's not. I don't know. I think he's overrated. But I love Pinnacle. Someday I might try to put these sets together. I might be able to just find at this point a set minus the Jeter. But this was in good shape, $5. So I figured, what the hell? Love Pinnacle, early Pinnacle, the first couple years with the black borders. And then the big boy of the day, the big purchase. This has kind of been on my bucket list for a couple of years. Dr. J rookie, a 1.5. I only saw 2 at the whole show. One was a BCCG 5. So I went over and asked Rich, Uncle Rich, did I need to worry about the authenticity of something in a BCCG holder? I wasn't worried so much about the grade being accurate. I was just worried about it being authentic. He said he would have no problem buying it, that BCCG things, they're authentic. But he did tell me the grading was, a little off, which it definitely was, because I went back over. I was going to trade a 2021 Bowman Sapphire box straight up for it, and then I asked to look at the card, looked at it, had like 3 creases in it and was starting to tear on the back. So instead I sold the box, and that box for the most part paid for this. And yeah, there's a little corner damage there. It's not perfect. I mean, for a 1.5, I am very, very happy to own this. That right there looks to be something on the case. It's not actually like a rip or a crease or anything like that. The edges are a little rough, but that's fine. It's a 1.5. What do you expect? It's a slightly off-center left to right. I think top to bottom looks good. It does look like there's a little crease right here through the G. But again, for the price I got it, still has, to me, solid eye appeal. The back off center a little bit. And yeah, you can definitely see. I hadn't even noticed it before, but I see a crease here. But regardless, the eye appeal was there. They're minor creases. They're not major creases. They don't affect the look of the card unless you're really looking at it. So I have added another coffin card to my collection, because this will not go anywhere unless somehow I become independently wealthy and elect to buy a higher grade one. But for the price I paid on a 1.5, I am quite happy with this. So I think I got this out in under 15. As I always say, don't be a dickhole, be kind to animals. Adopt, don't shop. Get your pet spayed or neutered. I got a video coming for you tomorrow. It's already set up, and I will see you down the road.